In today's video, you're going to learn how to use Google Search Console to improve your website traffic and experience. So, the first time you go to Google Search Console, the first thing you need to do, of course, is to add your website. So if you still haven't, look for this button. In my case, I already have a lot of websites, so I don't know how this looks if you don't have any, but look for this, Add Property. Click on that, and from here you will be asked to add your website on a domain or URL prefix levels. I recommend using the domain option. So add your website, let's say yourownexample.com, click on continue, and now you will be asked to verify the ownership of this website. And what Google recommends is to use it, to do it via adding a DNS record. So once you have done that, maybe you will need to wait a few minutes and click on verify, and that's it. Once you have verified the ownership of this website, of your website, you will be ready to use Google Search Console. Anyways, so once you have added your website, you will need to wait a few days for Google to recollect some data about your website. And what you will see here in the Overview tab, first you will see the performance report, then the indexing, the experience, and the enhancements reports. So this is kind of the same structure that you will see here in the left side menu. Sometimes you will see this. This is the Search Console Insights. It's like a summarized report that sometimes Google Search Console sends you. Let me show you quickly. This is like a more visual report of your achievements or what happened in the most recent period. So you will get an overview of the past 28 days, what are the most popular contents, what are the top traffic channels. This is like a summarized report. But anyways, so how can you use Google Search Console? And what I like to do to improve my traffic, to make some SEO improvements to my pages, is first let's check out what's the performance report. So click on Full Report. It's the same if you click here. And in this report, you get these 4 dimensions. You get total clicks, total impressions, average CTR, and the average position. By default, you get it for the last 3 months, but you can change this just clicking on here. And you can add some different filters. Maybe you want to filter for a specific country or for a specific page or device. That's very, very standard. And if you scroll down here, you will see that you get specific queries that are showing one or more of your pages in the search in the results page. So you can click on these 4 dimensions to see them in the graph. I'm going to filter for the last 7 days, and this is how it looks. Of course, if you place the mouse over here, you will get specific data for each day. In this case, on October 13th, this website got 37 clicks, 1,000 impressions, a CTR of 3.7, on an average position of 15. So down here, you can sort by the 4 dimensions. In this case, by default, it comes sorted by clicks. This website is on Spanish, so this is why this is an almonds cake, and it means that this was the query made on Google Search by 1 or more users that got most clicks. One result got most clicks in the last 7 days. But I could sort this by impressions, and in this case, this means that this search, and this means diabetes characteristics, this was searched, and one of or more of our pages were shown in the results page. They were shown 200 times, but they got 0 clicks. So maybe 200 people or less search for this. The page or one or more pages were shown in an average position of 10, which is like between the last position of the first page and the first position of the second page. But they didn't produce any click. And my conclusion with this is that the page that is being shown for this search has a bad title, has a bad description, maybe has a bad URL, but probably is offering some content related to this. So that's what we can improve to increase the clicks, because we're getting impressions. The page is being shown, but we are not being, attractive enough. We're not getting the attention of the users with the title and the description of this web page. And how do we know which page it is? Because you can be being shown in the results for one query. One or more pages can be being shown for this query. So to know that, we can click on this query, and from here you will get a specific data for it. So if I go to the pages here, pages tab, now we know that this is the page that during the last 7 days for this query, it's being shown 200 times. So guys, these were 200 opportunities to get people to your website. We got no one. So definitely some work to do here. Of course, I can go to the website and check what's the title, what's the description, and how we can keep improving for this query. Maybe I can check if this is this query is, I can find it in the content or maybe not, but it's definitely something that is getting our page shown in the results page. So that's the way I use Google Search Console to improve my website traffic. So what I do is constantly check this out. I always like to sort this by impressions, so I can see that there's some space for improvements. So, for example, here, this page, this query is showing one or more pages in the first position. That's great, and we got 68 impressions and 11 clicks with a CTR of 16%, which is very high. So I could check this out and see what we have done with this page, but this is clearly working, and replicate that to other pages. In this case, this is a recipe. So I could see this is working, and I can copy that for other recipes in my website. Maybe like this one. This is like chicken chop suey, and in this case we got 59 impressions, 59 times that this page was shown in the results page, but got 0 clicks. So definitely something that we need to improve. So that's the performance report. Another thing is that, as you can see, this was updated just 13 hours ago, so it's very fresh data. And the most recent data is from yesterday, so it's very fresh. And another useful thing is that you can export the data, and you will find this in some other reports on the Search Console as well. Click on there, and you can export this data directly to Google Sheets or download it as an Excel or a CSV file. If I click here, it will create a Google spreadsheet with all the data. So if you have your own system, or you want to send this to your team, or you need to use it to create a report for your client, this is super useful. You could connect this with Looker Studio or maybe other reports tools. Anyways, let's keep going. So next we have the URL inspection, and there's no menu here, but when you click on that, it highlights this search bar. And this search bar, it's mainly used not to search things in the Search Console page, but to ask Search Console more information about some specific URLs of your website. Let's say, please let me know what you know about this URL I'm asking for my specific website. And in this case, I ask for this URL, and it's saying, okay, this URL has been crawled, it's indexed, and it's found on the sitemap. It has a reference page. It was crawled just today, and you get some other data about that specific page. In the case that we add a new, let's say we created a new blog post, a new article in our website. Every time you do that, you need to come here, paste it in the URL inspector, and send it to Google. And it will tell you Google doesn't recognize this URL. And what you need to do is click here on Request Indexing. And this will check, make some. It will take a minute or two to make a review, and then it will let you know, okay, the URL has been submitted, and we will crawl it as soon as possible. This doesn't assure you that your URL will be crawled immediately by Google. As you can see, this is the notice that we got, that our page is in a queue to be indexed. And as I was saying, this doesn't assure you that this will happen immediately, but it will probably make the process faster than if you don't do it. So definitely you need to do this. And do it every time you create a new page, a new blog post, or every time you modify one of the pages of your website. So let's say you redesign your homepage, you added new content. Once you have done that, come to the Search Console, paste the URL here, and request for Search Console to index your URL. Next, well, as you can see here in the left menu, you will find all the options that you have in the Search Console, and this is something that is constantly changing. Search Console is constantly improving and having changes. And this is divided in, I think, 4 main menus, 4 or 5: indexing, experience, enhancement, security, and legacy tools. And these are like a fast access to these ones. The most useful, or at least the ones that I use the most, are these 2: indexing and experience. And from here, from the pages, you will get an overview on how all the pages that Google has already indexed are. What's the status for these pages? So they tell you, we recognize that your site has this amount of URLs, and some are indexed, some are not, which is okay because not all the URLs of your website need to be indexed. And then you can see why some of these pages are not indexed. So you can decide, okay, there are things we need to fix in our website, or maybe it's okay. For example, if you own a WordPress website, you don't want the URLs of the admin to be indexed. By default, WordPress blocks the Google Spider to crawl those pages, and that's okay. And that happens with every CMS. So if you use WordPress, Drupal, Magento, Wix, or whatever, admin pages are never indexed. So that's okay, and that's why you will get the information that some pages are not indexed. But of course, as you can see here, we have, let's say, different reasons for some pages not being indexed. And in this case, as you can see here, we have more than 400 pages that are getting a not found error. And of course, this is something that we need to fix for this website. So from here, you will get different reasons, and you can click on each of these to see which are those pages specifically. And you can see how fresh is this data, because maybe this is something that was validated, 2 months back ago, and maybe you already fixed this. But every time you work around one of these errors, do it on your website, fix it, make the fix, and come back to the Search Console and ask to validate these fixes. So, as you can see, I can click on see the validation details, and from here I can see that this validation failed. So this didn't go through. It only validated a few ones, but got more than 100 URLs pending. So I could start a new validation. I'm gonna do it just to show you. And now all these pending pages, well, this all started again. It's going to validate all the pages again. So now the status has changes, and now this will take maybe, sometimes it takes a few hours, sometimes it takes a few days. This won't give you a specific time frame, but try to do it as fast as you can. So every time you make some changes, some fixes, come back here and start the validation process again. So this is the pages, and of course this is incredibly important if you are using Google Search Console to improve the position of your website in the ranking, in the search results page. So if you are doing this to optimize the position of your website, you need to start from here. This is an incredible free tool made by Google with data from Google, so can't get any better than that. So it will be great if you use it, and of course make all the fixes that Google itself is telling you to do. Next thing, and this is kind of new, I think, we have this video pages tab, this menu, and what I think is that Google is giving every day more importance to video content. So they added this menu where you can see how your pages that are including a video are going, or what is the status of these pages. So as you can see, I have 20 video index indexed pages here and 19 that have some issues and are not indexed. And again, maybe these 19 pages are pages that I don't want Google to crawl. These are maybe private pages. If you are selling an online course, for example, you don't want those pages with video content to be indexed. You don't want them to be public available. So it's okay to have pages that are not indexed. That will always change, and it will depend on what's your site, what are you doing, what's your business, and what's your site for. But from here, we can see what's happening with these pages that are not indexed. In this case, we have 12 pages that the video is showing outside the viewport. And again, we can validate this if we have fixed this. And you can see which are these pages specifically. And you can see also which are the URLs, the video URLs for these video pages. So again, something that you can work specifically page by page. And all this will tell Google that you're always working your website to offer a great experience so people can go to your website and consume your content in the best way possible. And it's telling Google that you are worried about that and you are doing all the fixes that Google itself is telling you. Okay, so next in the indexing menu, we have this Sitemaps tab. And a lot of people asks me how I add my sitemap to Google Search Console. And it's super simple. Just come here and you need to add the URL of your sitemap. Usually, if you are using WordPress, your sitemap can be created if you use an SEO plugin like Rank Math or Yoast. Lately, I've been working a lot with Rank Math, which I absolutely recommend. So if that's your case, this will be the URL of your sitemap. So you just need to type it here, sitemap/index.xml. So let me show you how this looks. In this case, this is the index of the sitemap, which contains other sitemaps more specific for different types of content. You have Rank Math creates a sitemap for posts, for pages, for categories. So if I click on here, I will get a sitemap that contains all the URLs that I want to be crawled by Google. So that's why sitemaps are very important, because it's a fast way to tell Google, I want you to go and crawl all these URLs that are available on my website. So this is a must. If you have a website and you want that website to get a good position in the search results, you need to have a sitemap, and you need to add that sitemap to Search Console. And of course, it will take a few days maybe. Google will read your sitemap and will tell you, okay, we'll show you the status. In this case, it has discovered 383 pages, and the status is successful. So that's it. Next, we have the removals page. I have used this a few times for, I think, a few specific projects, but this is in the case that you have some pages or some content that's being shown in the results page for whatever keywords or queries, but you need that to be removed from Google as fast as it's possible. maybe due to copyrights problems or something like that. So this is the way to do it. This will be the fastest way to remove that content from Google. So if you delete that content, if you remove it from your sitemap, it will take up time for Google to recognize that. So if you need that to be removed ASAP, come here and request to remove that content. Next, we have the experience menu. From here, we'll get an overview of the experience our website is offering to the users. So in this case, we're not offering a good experience. And I decided to use this website as an example, but it has the worst results because this website is currently migrating from an old domain. So we need to make a lot of fixes, but we will get there. And maybe in the next video, I will show you how we did that. We got great results. Anyways, so as you can see, it's telling us that no URLs are offering a good page experience on mobile. And as we all know, mobile today is king, is the device that everyone is going to, it will get to your website. So we definitely need to make sure that we are offering a good experience on mobile. So from here, we can see that more specific data. And this is maybe a broad message. So why it's important to go to the specific data? Because from here, we can see that, okay, HTTPS is good. We are using it. It's very basic today. So of course, it's a must. Mobile usability is good. There are no issues detected, but the problems are in the core web vitals. This is the same evaluation of the website you get when you use the page speed tool. From here, we can see that we have pages that need improvement. We don't have like a poor experience, but also we don't have a good experience. So we need to make some improvements. And of course, if we scroll down, we can see that maybe it's the speed. Maybe in this case, the issues are related to CPU. Now, and this is something quite new, this Search Console is telling us to go ahead and prepare for upcoming changes that will happen in March of the next year. So this is something that we need to take advantage of this to prepare our website. So when we get to March in the next year, our traffic and our positions don't get worse. We are already there with the upcoming changes that Google itself is telling us that we need to prepare to offer what's a good page experience. So we need to take this seriously. See? So this is, and you can get, of course, you can be more specific, clicking page by page. And of course, as every report from here, once you have made some fixes, click on validate fix, and that will validate them. And then a few days later, you can check again this report and see if the fixes that you made are okay or not. And next, let's go to mobile usability. So this is the mobile usability menu, but as you can see here, this menu will be retired, which doesn't mean that what this report is monitoring is not important. But it means that the way Search Console will show this maybe will change. Maybe this is already on the core Web Vitals page, so there's no need of having two tabs that are kind of saying the same. And this is happening all the time with Search Console. Again, this is a free tool, it's an amazing tool, and it's constantly changing. So get used to that. It's very important to go ahead and use it every day or every week, because as I was showing you before, this is a place that Google tells you what to do to offer a better experience, and that will result in having a better position in the long term. So this is the HTTPS again. So from here we can see if we have any pages that are not being served through HTTPS, which is something very basic. Today, definitely you shouldn't have any page that is not being served through HTTPS. And next thing, we have the enhancements, and this is more specific. In this case, this website has some recipes. And if you see these enhancements for recipes here, it means that in the case of this website, of these contents, this contents has a schema markup for recipes. And Google saw that and it validates them. So, of course, here we can improve the appearance of these items. We haven't started the validation yet, but we could do it, and maybe that will help for these specific contents to show as recipes in the search results page, not only as regular results, but as recipes. And the same happens with snippets or videos or frequently asked questions. So this is maybe a more technical stuff, because it depends that on your website for specific contents you have added an schema markup. But if you have, you will see that type of a specific content here, and you will get information to fix its appearance and maybe have a chance of that specific content being shown, in this case, as a recipe. And I think that's it, guys. So this is a very quick overview tutorial on how Google Search Console works and how you can use it to improve, again, the traffic for your website by making changes related to the different queries, to the different keywords being used to show your pages in the results page, and how you can improve the experience you are offering on your website by what Google is telling you. So that's it. And of course, there are other things like security and, well, these are legacy tools. And that's it. Maybe one last thing before we finish this. It's here, the links. So from here, you will see an overview of external links that are present in your website. So from your website to other ones. Internal links within your different pages. And what are the websites that are linking the most to your website? In this case, this website, argentinadiabetes.org, it has 48 links to this website. And these are the texts that are linking the most. And of course, you can see more get a more detailed report. So this is good if you want to have an idea of if you're getting like backlinks to your website. Sometimes you can see from here that you have quality websites, and sometimes you can see there are very spammy websites that are linking to your site, and that's more hurtful than useful. So you can do something about that. So anyways, that's very useful as well. There are many other tools to check the backlinks to your website, but this is something that it's also present in the Search Console tool. So again, to summarize, I seriously encourage you to use Google Search Console. It's an amazing tool, it's free, and it's made by Google. It's getting better every day, and every day you have more data. The freshness of this data is almost in real time. I remember a few years ago, it wasn't fresh at all. So today, the freshness is great. Again, use the performance report to see which are the queries that are showing one or more pages in the search results page. And from there, you can add that specific query to your content. You can make changes to the title and the description or the URL of those pages. If you see that maybe that page is getting a lot of impressions but it's not getting clicks, I will recommend you to test that out and to make changes to the title and description and maybe the URL. You can see if you're getting most of your if your site is being seen in the results page from a country that you are interested in, or in a device that's important for your site or your business. And that's a great way to improve the performance of your site. And on the other side, check the experience tools that you can find here, so you can make those improvements. Also, remember to check the Pages tab. And again, it's okay to have not indexed pages. Most of your website do need to have not indexed pages, but also try to reduce these kind of errors to zero. So if you have way too many pages getting 404s or server errors, that's definitely something that you need to fix, and that will be shown here. So use this menu for that. So that's it, guys. This is my quick overview first Google Search Console tutorial. This is how I'm currently using it, and it has helped me a lot to improve and increase the traffic to my websites and increase the position my pages are getting in the results page. So if you like this content, I would truly appreciate if you give it a like or if you subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you have any questions or comments, or if you want me to go more in depth in some of these aspects on how to use the Search Console, please let me know in the comments, and I will be happy to answer your question or help you with anything you need. Again, I truly appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.